I'm Peter Merholz. I'm currently the Vice President of User Experience at Inflection, a startup in Silicon Valley. Before then, for 10 years, I was at Adaptive Path. I'm one of the founders, so a user experience firm. Most of our businesses, at least the sizable corporations, operate in this very bureaucratic kind of industrial age mindset. They operate in a way that was developed to serve a different set of problems, usually around mass manufacturing. And those structures, those processes, how you run those types of businesses best are pretty much diametrically opposed to what it takes to deliver the best user experiences, because user experiences are to do that, you tend to get kind of messy. You cross disciplines, they're cross-functional, and there's just this fundamental disconnect. And so that's what this talk around making business human is recognizing we need to move away from this bureaucratic mode that kind of dehumanizes people within a business and turns them into cogs in this machine, and embrace a more humanistic approach to business where people can express themselves more fully, take advantage of all their capabilities, collaborate, create in new ways, and just kind of embrace all the great things about humanity that historically businesses have sought basically to suppress. It requires going really, really deep, because kind of fundamentally the first thing you need to do is reconsider the whole idea of an organization chart and probably however your business is structured, because the moment you start having structures where things like job titles suggest what your responsibilities are, like you're defined by your job titles as opposed to who you are and what you're able to do. When businesses overly rely on certainty, that they know exactly when something is going to be delivered and what it is going to be, and they need high levels of predictability, that kind of behavior just runs, again, contrary to the honest, chaotic messiness of what's happening in what I call the connected age, this new world. So businesses need to be willing to let things get messy. Tear down the cubicle walls, get people working together in cross-functional teams. I think one of the reasons that we're seeing this pretty significant embrace of design and design thinking within businesses is less about design and more about these humanistic qualities, and bringing those into businesses. So get people drawing more, get people playing more, get people interacting in new ways, get people generating, coming up with new ideas, not just simply taking what exists and figuring out how to either incrementally improve it, and kind of use analysis to like identify tweaks. Like, be willing to set things aside and try whole new things. By embracing these more kind of open, generative approaches, businesses can unlock opportunities that they hadn't even necessarily realized, and go down new paths. I don't address this in my talk, but there's a pretty well-known game company in Seattle, or Bellevue Valve Software. They don't have any org chart. They don't have any organizational structure. No one has a manager. Everyone is truly independent. They kind of have a shared sense of purpose that they're going to do stuff in a video game-ish way, and that's about it. And so that it's a company like that is able to, launch Half-Life, which succeeds, and then as they're figuring out what to do, at some point someone comes up with the idea for Steam, which is relevant, but definitely a departure, right? Other game production companies aren't thinking about how do we create a platform for distributing games, right? They're thinking about what is the next game on the pipeline, right? But because they just had this very open, fluid approach to doing their work, they could come up with wholly different problems to solve that are worth solving, and put those out in the world, and they've realized huge success. So kind of embracing the messiness is what I would encourage businesses to do.